Welcome, and here we're looking at the US bonds, and just to keep it really simple, while the bonds are pushing up, then the stocks, the indices are going to be under pressure and they'll be pushing down. So we can say that while the bonds are above the 133 here, then they're positive, and stocks, the indices are in a weak spot. Okay, so that's just just another way of looking at the situation. So looking at the S&P 500 here, I'm not sure about the count here, because if we counted this up for 1 and back for 2 and up for 3 and back for 4 as we were going to, then this low here is overlapping this structure here, and this is also on the cash market, not just on this market here. I better double check that. Just bear with me a little bit. I can see that it's overlapped on the Dow. I'm just having a look on the S&P 500. Yes, and it's overlapped on the S&P 500 on the cash market as well. So it really invalidates the particular count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 moving up here. It's more likely to be, well, perhaps a B wave going up there. So basically this could be an A wave, a B wave in 3 waves here, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as a C wave here, 4 wave 2 here, coming into this place here. So that's a possibility. So the bottom line is I'm a little bit unsure, but while the bonds are pushing up, we're going to see more weakness come into here. We've been waiting for this weakness, and it's not coming in the in the pattern that I sort of expected, but it is there. And look, another way to look at this too is that don't worry about the count here. This is the count that we were looking at yesterday moving up, but because it's moved down so much, overlapping this, it's just not a positive sort of look there. So we're a little bit confused about the count. So look, if the 1850 becomes a support here, retested support, then we have to look to the upside. Otherwise, a break of this low here at 1840 here, then we'd have to look further to the downside here in terms of down for 1, back for 2, 3, 4, and 5, down through to here. So, right, so it's in a weak spot, put it that way, okay? So if this low at 1840 gets taken out, then that's confirming the weakness, because as it stands, it could push up higher in terms of up for 1 and back for 2, then up for 1 and back for 2 of a smaller degree, and working higher here. But as we've been seeing with the indices, the whole the last 3 or 4 sessions is showing signs of weakness. When we have a look at our local market here, just as an example here, looking at it on the daily bar here, we could see that as the trend was coming up here nicely on increasing volume here, but this one here, we see that the sellers have come in through here, then pushing up on lower volume here, and then a balanced market depth here. And yesterday we're seeing for the first time a close below the open here. It's not on higher volume, but it is significant in the sense that, well, there's just not the buyers there, even though the sellers are not there either just yet. So it is a corrective phase that we're looking at in these markets. So the DJ is the same as well. It's just got this overlapping wave structure with here. If this low gets taken out at 16,050 here roughly, then that would be looking at further downside in terms of looking at this as an impulse wave to the downside, and another one following in this way. So all the lows are critical, put it that way. That's the best we can do really at this particular stage here. The same with the DAX as well. I've looked at different ways of counting this impulse wave up, but having this overlapping wave structure here, this low moving down above this one here, really cements the a topping sort of process in there. But it's not confirmed. It just looks like a top. It's not confirmed. It hasn't made new lows. We're still getting higher lows through here. So the trend is intact. It's just that, we've been looking for weakness, all the way since through here, and it's showing up slowly as such, and the same with the FTSE as well. And you know, in just to look at the downside here, if we do have 5 waves completed up here with all the markets as such, then the 50 and 60% retracement level is, you know, is back down to the last sort of block of demand here. So it can pull back this much in all markets. So we need to be just mindful of that. So you need to protect what we have. Yeah, and you know, we've been through this count a fair bit through here. This is also the same count as well. I've got it labelled a little bit differently here, putting this wave 5 up here, but it also could be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and a C wave to here as well, move up. But it would need to get back up above the supply here at 6850 to continue the trend up through here. Otherwise, what we'll see here, I can see from this little pattern here that we'll get a move lower through here anyway. But getting 5 waves down, 3 up, will give us another 5 here at least, and possibly this as well. So there is weakness there. That's the main point here with all markets, and also the FTSE, the ASX 200 as well, just on the daily chart here. And we've been talking about, you know, lower volume coming through here and signs of weakness here. You know, target was 5.5, and you know, close enough, and you know, that weakness is coming in, and you know, it can retrace, you know, the 50-60% here as well. So we just need to be, you know, sort of mindful that, you know, this can occur, and you know, it's a good time to protect positions and, you know, taking more profit off the table. And as I mentioned yesterday, there are stocks on the Australian market like Woolworths, and there's other ones that are, as well, are kind of at the top of their 3rd waves, and they will have 4th wave pullbacks, and then they'll have their 5th waves to the upside. So it's not the end of everything as such, you know. Right, so just drilling into here a little bit, we can see that we've got, from the high up here, we've got a nice sharp move down through here. This is appearing corrective here, so we should see a new low get taken out through this area here. But at the same time, there is a lot of support over here as well. So at the 5.4, so from the 5.380, 5.372, all the way up to 5.4, there is support here. So it's likely that we'll get some sort of reaction like this choppy, stormy weather, so to speak, in this zone here. So just be mindful of that. And we are moving into Wednesdays and Thursdays, so they normally are the swing days. So you need to be mindful of that. And what I mean by that is that you know, we can get this sort of stuff happening, you know. So just, you know, we're not looking for a trend as such here. We haven't sort of confirmed anything yet, but there is weakness there, and but the volume's not supporting the sellers moving in just yet either. So it's a little bit tricky on that front there. This is a 15-minute chart. It's a bit tricky to count this down. This is from this high here. We've actually got 3 waves down through here, so we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here as yet. So if we only get 3 waves here, and this is the low here, and it finds support back on the 54.30 here, then intraday you have some upside to be had here. Okay, so but if this develops in 5 waves here, in terms of 1, 2, 3 on this one here, giving us a 4th here and then a 5th here, then you've got a 5-wave structure here. You'll get a bounce off here anyway. But if this holds here and finds support on the 54.30 there, then we'll make a high above here, and you can look back up to the midpoint there, if not higher. So a short run at least to the upside there. All right, cheers.